Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Pocket Edition Let's Play series. We're starting off today's episode by flying away to the gold farm because we need some of the gold that's lying around there. Because I want to get some more cured villages around the place that I be living. And for that, of course, I need some golden apples. But first, we will need a place to accommodate them. So here we are back at the base. So here we are. You see this pillar? Further this point, you cannot hear the chickens. It is all peace and quiet. And this is where the new building is going to start. Because, of course, I don't want the chickens in my ears all the time. So that's why. What I'm planning to build over here is a building dedicated to masons. Because I need a lot of masons. I need quartz, as you guys know. I have one mason villager, one cured mason villager that I've been trading with since a long time, and he's just not cutting the demands of my quartz demands, and I want to get more. Of course, I want more quartz for the building projects in this world and all. Well, that's a good start. Now I need some cobblestone. I think I'm gonna go for cobblestone walls for this one too, and because that's an ongoing palette over here, and I think it will look nice. So let's go and get some cobblestone. Do I have any cobble spare on me? Doesn't look like. Oh, I do. I do. Let's also take a nap because it's getting dark. We'll continue working in the morning. And these fence gates, I had to add them because there's a villager inside my house that's completely unprotected, all out of defense, and he's very vulnerable. Vulnerable. I don't want any zombies coming in and eating his brains, so that is why. That is why. And zombies cannot break fence gates, so it's a valid option. Now I feel like I also want to add some dark oak wood in this build. I think it would fit in really nicely. So let's go and harvest some dark oak. I wasn't recording that time, but I ventured to a dark oak forest. I actually aimed to find a desert in my search. I couldn't really find a desert, but I came across dark oak forest and I harvested some saplings from there. Here's a screenshot in case any of y'all don't trust me. It was actually a long time ago, even before the dragon fight, in fact. So, excuse me while I farm my wood, and I'll see you guys in a bit. The resources have been gathered, and the time has come. Let's get started with this project. So, what I'm thinking for the walls is at the bottom of the walls, I want some cracked stone bricks mixed with some cobblestone and some mossy cobblestone. I think the cracked stone bricks are a little darker than the cobblestone, and that would add a little bit of gradient to the walls. The mossy cobblestone, on the other hand, would add texture and variant to the wall. So it's not just a simple plain cobblestone wall that has no character or interest to it. The mossy cobblestone, I think, would make it look like it has been here for a while and it has seen a lot of seasons. And that's the kind of look I'm going for. So yeah, let's continue building and let's see what happens. It's getting dark and I don't have a bed on me, so I'll have to run back to my house in order to sleep. Yay, how fun! Let's take the bed with us actually. We can sleep under the stars tonight. Wait, wait. Wow, okay. We have zombie villages in the area. I know it might not sound like a big deal. It is not a big deal, but for me, it's a great help because bringing villagers here all the way from the zombie spawner is kind of tedious. And I'm glad that they spawned now. I just need to find a way to put them in boats and put a roof on their heads so they don't burn in sunlight as soon as the sun comes up. I got them, guys. They're almost here. I guess he's just stuck in the fence gate. Yeah. Okay, now for the other one. Now for the other one. Oh, hi. That's very humble of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a bad news. I can't find my gold. I know we just been to the gold farm in the beginning of the episode, but I can't seem to find it. I don't know where it is. So I equipped these guys with armor, and now they shouldn't despawn. Right? Right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Now let's quickly fly to the gold farm and back. Oh no. Anyway, back to building. So I want this side to be 5 blocks wide. And then come in with some spruce wood, jutting out a block, strip it, and it would look really neat. And then follow the same wall pattern, and I think it would look really nice. A wandering trader just spawned in, and I bought some red sand from him. I'm not sure why, but I did. Okay, so currently I'm doing the upper part of the house, the first floor, and it's gonna jut out a block. So the house overall is gonna look like it's from the European Middle Ages. Yeah. Why in the medieval times they did this is actually very interesting. Due to the allotted building plots being small and the demand for space comparatively high, the architects came up with a creative way. They made the space on the upper stories bigger, so there would be no encroachment onto the roads and the residents would have plentiful space. So it was like a win win situation. Okay, guys, it's the next morning, and I added a window over there because I thought it was a nice viewpoint because it's facing the east direction, and who doesn't like to see the sunset? Sunrise. Right. Okay, this guy just spawned in, and I have one singular bone. Oh my god! Good dog. Sit down, boy. You're gonna be the best dog ever. Ooh, who's the good boy? Who's the good boy? Okay, so we want a name for the dog, right? So we're here at the librarian settlement, and look at this. Some of our guys are still vanishing. Mainly this efficiency 4 villager. You know what? This this one last shack at the end, it's cursed, dude. It's cursed. Every single villager that I put in there has vanished, and I want to avoid that now. Over here, I'm sure we have a master level villager who can sell us name tags. But you gotta check this out. Remember, I told you guys about villagers losing their discounts after a while? Yeah, it has happened to some of these villagers over here, and I hate it. I freaking hate it. Anyway, this over here is our loyal protection 4 guy, with his discounts still in place and ready to sell us name tags. Now, about 12 of them just in case anywhere in the near future, or when I'm building, or just around my place, if a zombie villager spawns, then I want to be able to name tag him in order to preserve him. So, yeah. So, I've kept one name tag aside and I'm gonna name the rest of them subject, as in test subject. I guess that would be fun. I'm still not sure what I want to name the dog, so maybe you guys can tell me. I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the build. Now, on the first floor again, I wanna give a little bit of border to the walls with some strip spruce logs. I think it looks really neat. I've seen a lot of other Minecraft builders do this, and it looks really good, genuinely. On the top end of the column, I want to have some spruce trapdoors to make it look a little more fortified. Not fortified, but a little more structural, because it's gonna hold the roof in place, and I want it to look strong enough that it can hold the roof in place, you know. You get my point, right? Now, what do you think? I'm actually really tempted to put some upside down staircases above the trapdoors. Maybe I'll end up doing that, maybe not. I'm not sure right now. Now, for the first floor, I want to be using smooth sand. Now, for the first floor, I want to be using smooth sandstone as walls. I recently saw Fwip doing this in his hardcore series, and I really liked it. So I thought I'd give it a shot too, you know. Let's see what happens. I would actually prefer a shade of white that is not as yellow as sandstone, but not as white and clean as quartz. We have diorite, but that is a very busy texture, I think, and I don't quite like it. Sandstone, on the other hand, is too yellow in my liking. I would have wanted something that resembles old plaster in some kind. I can probably use a texture pack that makes sandstone look a little lighter than it is, but that would take away from the vanilla-ness of Minecraft for me. Because I don't want any of y'all to think that my builds rely on a sort of a texture pack or a sort of a shader or something like that. You know, he has this kind of texture pack, that's why his builds look good. I don't want anyone to say that. I hope that makes sense. Guys, progress update, guys. Yeah, the house is not done yet, but at least we have a roof now. I have no idea why I felt like making that voice. Let's do that again. Progress update, guys. The house is not done just yet, but at least we have a roof on that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. On the back over here, yeah, it's nothing, but on this angle, from this angle, it looks like a complete house. And I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it will turn out really nice when it's done. But for now, let's go to bed and we can continue working in the morning. So now, as you might be able to see this, we have a little window plant over here. And now, even though it's just a block of leaves, adding some vines to it can make it look like it's a potted plant that's hanging from the window. And then add some string on the bottom of the vine and it stops it from growing. If you want to detail your window plant more, you can add some signs to the side of the leaf block and it would look more and more like a plant. Pot. More and more like a pot. It's done. We got the final product here. Maybe not the final product, but we got something. The interior is done, the exterior is done, and the only final thing that we gotta do now is move in villages. I added some little tiny details here as if the masons come out and work over here. They stand here, they etch stone, and they do stuff. And over here, they are keeping the kinds of stone that they have been carving and cutting through and storing it over here. Some tiny little details to just bring life to the build, to make it feel alive, that it's in function and it's being used by people. Now, somewhere around this build, I'm definitely going to have to make kind of a tower that will house a staircase because I don't want to use the typical ladder in this building because it just doesn't fit the kind of vision I have for this build. And I think it would look ugly. I would eventually find out a way to go up there, mainly a tower, but we'll think about that later. I also wanted to show you guys something else if we can just take off from here and turn around. Now, as you can see, the main roof on this build kind of has a curve to it. Now, there are a lot of different blocks that you can use for that. Staircases, half slabs, trapdoors, and something else that people usually don't take into consideration. And that is pressure plates. You see, pressure plates are a really good block if you want to add just a slight curve to something, a slight bump or a slight curve because it's 1 pixel thick. And for me, detailing a build is all about adding a few pixels. And those are the few pixels that matter. Here we have a upside down staircase, a full block, two half slabs, two trapdoors, and then we have a pressure plate. So it's a nice gradual curve over here. Now, if we step back a little, you can see that it has a huge effect on the overall shape and curve of the building, the roof. And from a distance, it looks even better. So, anyway, guys, I think this brings us to the end of the episode. In between episodes, I will move in villages. I'll do a little more detailing with the interior and all. And I'll see you guys in the next one.